So, David, what's your assessment of this afternoon's game?
Tough afternoon, obviously. We thought it would be. Obviously, where they are in the league, their team, they've named 4 centre-halves and 2 wing-backs, so we knew it was going to be tough to break them down. They don't concede many. And then we've made 2 critical mistakes and been sucker-punched with 2 counter-attack goals, which, let's be honest, we've done that to teams away from home, and we've fallen victim to it ourselves today. Obviously, the worst it should have been was a 0-0. But we haven't shut the back door well enough to their counter attack. The second goal's offside, but that's irrelevant. I thought we probed, but we didn't probe well enough either, which is one of the crucial bits. I thought it was 2 good teams. I do. I thought they're probably a bit further down the line in terms of team development than us, but not by a distance. I'm not going to mention the pitch, but it's difficult. It's no surprise that 2 decent footballing teams didn't play a lot of football, and it was 2 counter-attack goals because it takes, less requirement of the pitch to score goals. So, that's a very, very small factor, but it is a big factor. Enough of a factor. So disappointed. I thought we can play. We can certainly play better. We have played better. But we were trying to play the right way, if you like, but we didn't probe. We lost a bit of belief once we went 1 down. We did. I have to say, one thing I would say, I thought the fans were fantastic. I thought the first half an hour of the game was more like the noise that I expected when I first took the job. And I thank the fans for that. I thought they were really good. Obviously, when we conceded a goal in the second half, it does knock everyone. I thought, we could have... We had the best chance of the whole first half, Doug's header. And like I said, we've been sucker punched with 2 counter-attack goals.
Fine margins as well, isn't it? We've had plenty of possession today, but it's just those clinical finishes from Crewe. Yeah,
I think, like I said, I don't know what the XG is, for example, but I can't imagine it's high for either team because it's quite cagey. I thought it was one of them games. I thought the first goal was going to be important, and it proved to be. I don't know where we are on the table, but we're not in bad shape, but they're the kind of games. When you see that the team brings 4 centre-halves and 2 wing-backs, you go, that's a credit to us, but we've then got to go and beat them. And I hope that I see that more on opposition team sheets because it shows where we're at. But it also means we've got to play well against them, and that's sort of our next part of our journey, if you like. And we have done it. We have beaten teams in a low block or a mid to low block, so. Or want to counter-attack against us, but we didn't do enough today. If truth be told, in my opinion, anyway. I don't know if you agree or the fans that were here agree, but that's sort of my assessment, really.
We're 7th in League 2 as it happens, and Crewe are 3rd. So there's some kind of relative. It's all relative, isn't it? And 2 good teams.
Yeah, I thought it was quite nip and tuck. I thought the first half was quite cagey. Like I say, I thought Doug had the best chance of the whole half after 5 minutes or whatever it was. That goes in, it's a bit different, but if some buts and wouldas and couldas and shouldas are irrelevant, if you like. I thought it was 2 decent teams, 2 slightly contrasting styles, but then I'm not sat here criticising how Crewe played because they played counter-attack football and I understand why. We've done that plenty of times to teams away from home and been successful at it. So, and it's one of them. You lick your wounds. We'll pick the bones out of it tomorrow, and then we'll try and put the positives into the players and where we need to improve. And we go again. We've got to bounce back from it. Like I say, it was disappointing, but sometimes you hold your hands up and say you haven't done enough. And I don't think we did enough. And sometimes you go, well, them fine margins. We've won many a game this year where the fine margins have gone in our favour, and we've lost one today. So, yeah, disappointing. But when you lose, you've got to learn, and that's what we'll do.
And the fact we are 7th as well is something to celebrate as well.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you get the odd boo at the end, and I get that. We're still in the playoffs. We're still right in the mix. We've got. We're not halfway yet, are we? So we're still a long way to go. We expect more of ourselves. That's the disappointing thing. that wasn't vintage us. And I think that's because we've raised our own standards. And I'm sure the fans are in the same position. I hope the fans are in the same position, because I hope everyone understands that we can play better than that. And we haven't quite matched that today. And it's like, right, we've got to ask them Monday morning how they were feeling during the game, what they were thinking, try and get the bones out of it. All the tactical stuff will come out tomorrow when I watch it back in the morning. And then we'll rest up, recover, and go again on Boxing Day.
A positive today is to see Ricky Pike back on the pitch as well.
Yeah, he's worked really hard in training, I would say. So, yeah, I thought he was actually quite good when he come on as well. You know, I thought him and Luca gave us a little bit more spark, because the game had gone a bit flat. But that, again, there was little things like that. It's like, you know, we're not in the lead here. We've got to be the aggressor, and we sort of were in where we were on the pitch and what we were trying to do. But at the same time, there was still I thought, a bit of a lack of belief in the end. And it's like, no, come on, this is on us. So, little bits like that from my initial assessment. I've obviously not watched it back and not spoke to anyone, any of the staff or anything. So, yeah, lick his wounds and we go again